so, you will definitely want to hear what I have to share today. Big changes are coming in 2025. Changes that will impact how foreigners can work and stay in Poland legally. These updates are currently being discussed in the Polish Parliament, and they could affect you directly. Those regulations will come into force at the beginning of 2025. Stay with me as we dive into the latest legislative developments and explore what these updates might mean for your plans. Let's get more details now. Legislative changes for foreigners working in Poland. The draft bill introduces significant updates regarding the employment of foreigners in Poland. These changes aim to streamline procedures, reduce administrative delays, fully digitalize employment and visa processes. The existing regulations, crafted 20 years ago, no longer fit current realities. The proposed updates aim to align foreign employment rules with Poland's modern labor market needs. They are also a response to the so-called visa scam that shocked society 1.5 years ago and impacted immigration processes. Why the need for change in the immigration law in 2025? The Polish visa system has faced significant irregularities due to uncontrolled migration since 2015. This stems from three main reasons. Lack of comprehensive migration policy. The absence of a unified government strategy has led to a high number of work permits issued to low-skilled workers from countries with high migration risks. Polish visas are often misused for Schengen mobility or illegal migration to other EU countries. Abuse of student visa pathways. Many foreigners exploit student visa routes for work or migration to other Schengen states. Universities often admit candidates with insufficient knowledge or language skills, undermining the education system. Organizational challenges in residency legalization. Lengthy processing times for residency permits and inefficiencies in provincial offices force many to rely on visas instead of proper legalization. This creates additional strain on consular services and encourages the use of third-party services to help with the process. These issues have damaged the reputation of public institutions and trust in the state. Reforming immigration law is critical to restoring control, meeting Schengen obligations, and ensuring that migration supports Poland's economy and security. Key changes in 2025. Complete digitalization of work permit processes. Work permit applications, decisions, and appeals will all be handled electronically. There will be no longer an option to submit a work permit application in paper form. Offices will optimize resources, reducing processing times and improving efficiency. Elimination of the labor market test, Starost information. Polish employers will no longer need to prove that local workers cannot meet their staffing needs before hiring foreigners. The Starost information is a confirmation from the local labor office stating that there are no unemployed Polish candidates available for a given position, which is why the Polish employer have to hire a foreign worker. In certain regions, obtaining this confirmation can take over a month or even result in a negative decision, thereby closing the opportunity for the employer to hire a foreign worker. Instead of a labor market test, reverse solution has been introduced. In case of a worsening situation on the local labor market, the Starost will create a list of occupation for which work permits will not be issued to foreigners. The list will consider the unemployment rate and job demand in specific occupations, as well as a national security, migration policy, and local labor market needs. Stricter penalties for illegal employment. Fines will range from 3,000 up to 50,000 PLN for each case of illegal employment. Also, work permits may be denied to employers who cannot justify hiring a foreigner or operate primarily to facilitate immigration. Integration programs for foreign workers. Support for learning Polish and adapting to the local job market. Public employment services will establish specialized support centers for foreign workers. Reforms to student visas. Introduction of language proficiency requirements, minimum B2 level. Implementation of knowledge qualification tests. Monitoring of foreign students through a national database accessible to consulates. Also, stricter controls on universities admitting foreign students, especially from high-risk regions. Reforms to work visas. Denial of permits if fraud or abuse is suspected. Prioritizing of applications for key economic sectors. What these changes means for you. These changes are designed to make Poland's labor market more efficient and transparent. However, they also bring stricter compliance and enforcement. For foreign expats planning to move to Poland, the 2025 immigration law changes will bring both positives and negatives. What's good? Streamlined processes, work permits and visa application will be fully digitalized, reducing administrative delays. No more labor market test. Employers will no longer need to prove that no local workers are available before hiring foreigners. Better support for foreign workers. Integration programs, language courses and job market adaptation services will be offered. Stronger oversight. Stricter controls will ensure that immigration supports Poland's economy and security, with reforms tackling fraud and abuse in student and work visas. What's challenging? Tougher student visa rules. Foreign students will need to meet stricter language and qualification requirements, stricter work conditions. By 2026, there may be even more stricter employment conditions for foreigners, including mandatory work contracts. Regional restrictions. In certain regions, there could be limitation on which jobs foreign workers can apply for, depending on local employment conditions. Overall, while those reforms aim to modernize the system, they may create more obstacles for some expats, especially in terms of stricter visa and work regulations. Stay informed and consult with immigration experts to navigate this new regulation effectively. Make sure to do aware migration. Thank you very much for watching and hope to see you next time very soon. Also remember to follow my channel for more immigration tips for legal migration to Europe.